In the fall of 1868, a small Louisiana town became the scene of one of the deadliest massacres of Reconstruction. This is the story of the Opelousas Massacre and how an attempt to silence Black political power left more than 200 people dead and reshaped voting rights for generations. The Civil War was over, but the battle over freedom was not. In 1868, Louisiana's new constitution granted Black men the right to vote, and Republicans, backed by newly freed Black citizens, started winning local power. In St. Landry Parish, where Opelousas is the parish seat, white Democrats watched their old order start to crack. White supremacist groups like the Knights of the White Camellia organized to stop that change. Their goal was simple: crush Black political participation by any means necessary. At the center of the tension was an 18-year-old white school teacher and newspaper editor named Emerson Bentley. He taught Black children and edited the Republican paper, the St. Landry Progress. In his articles, he urged Black voters to stand firm with the Republican Party and called out democratic violence that made him a target. On September 28, 1868, Bentley was teaching in a classroom for Black children when 3 local white men burst in. They beat and whipped him in front of his students and forced him to sign a retraction of his editorial. The terrified children ran into the streets shouting that Bentley had been killed. The rumor of Bentley's death spread fast. Black Republicans began to arm themselves, expecting open war. White supremacist militias mobilized even faster. Over the next days and weeks, white mobs hunted Black residents and white Republicans across the parish. People were dragged from their homes, shot in the fields, lynched along the roads. At least 27 Black men who were captured early on were executed the next day. Churches and schools were burned, and the office of the St. Landry Progress was destroyed. Estimates vary, but historians believe that between 150 and more than 250 people, almost all of them Black, were killed in and around Opelousas. This was not random chaos, it was political terror. By the time the killing stopped, the Republican Party in St. Landry Parish had effectively been wiped out. In the presidential election later that year, not a single Republican vote was officially recorded in the parish. Local officials admitted that anyone who tried to vote Republican could be dead within 24 hours. The message was crystal clear: challenge white supremacy at the ballot box and you risk your life. The Opelousas Massacre helped set the template for a Jim Crow South built on intimidation, voter suppression, and racial terror. For nearly a century, violence and the threat of violence kept many Black citizens away from the polls, not just in Louisiana, but across the South. Today, most Americans have never heard of the Opelousas Massacre, but its legacy lives on in debates over who gets to vote, whose votes count, and how far people in power will go to hold on to that power. Remembering Opelousas is not about staying stuck in the past. It is about understanding how deliberately democracy was attacked and how hard Black communities fought and still fight to claim their rights. If you want more hidden history brought to light, subscribe, share this video, and drop a comment